Aloha. Today I wanted to show you how to tell when it might be time to pick your carrots. Now, there's no 100% guarantee with carrots. Sometimes you pull them out and they're a lot smaller than you think they're going to be. Other times you pull them out and it's the most satisfying thing because they're like a foot long and it's amazing. So I'm going to try a couple times and we'll see what my carrots look like, but I'll kind of show you how to look for the signs that there's a good chance that they're ready to be harvested. All right, I've got a couple carrots in this container. This one looks pretty small and you can see it's only got a couple of leaves coming up. So I'm gonna say it's nowhere near ready to be harvested yet. Whereas this one, you can see the leaves are getting thicker and fatter. And the way to really tell is to kind of move the soil away from the top of, oh, this one's like not even in there that good. And that was a little zoomed too. Move the soil away from the top of the carrot. And if the top of the carrot looks like it is around the size of a quarter, then there's a good chance it'll be ready to harvest. This one is a little smaller than a quarter, maybe right around a quarter. And let's just pull it up and see what we've got here. It's not, oh, it's a chubby little fat one. It's really cute, but it's chubby and fat instead of long and skinny. And like I said, this is what happens sometimes. So now let's go find another one, see if we can get a good one. All right, here we have another container. This one's got arugula, carrots, a new tomato plant I'm trying called a pineapple tomato, and a shishito pepper plant over there, and some lettuces and other things. You know, I like that whole chaos gardening thing a little bit. So here's something that I can show you. This is actually, I'm gonna say 4 carrot plants all in there together. And that's really not great for growing carrots because what'll happen is that it'll stunt the growth of all of them. So I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of pull this whole mass up and most likely, I mean, you know, like I said, you never know, but most likely show you that it doesn't make, oh, it's gonna prove me wrong. I was gonna say it doesn't make for great carrots, but this, look, it grew into a like a J shape. So this looks like 4 carrots, and maybe it was at one point, but because it really does look like 4 different plants in there, but it grew together into 1 carrot, I guess. And my carrots sometimes do this J shape thing, especially if they're in a container that has a lot of root mass in it. Then the carrots won't be strong enough to push through all that root mass, and so they'll do this J shaped curvy thing, which doesn't matter all that much. I mean, you know, it's nice to have perfect looking carrots, but they still taste really good. And this is actually a pretty nice carrot. It got split a little in the middle there. It should still be a really nice carrot. Okay, the one that I thought would be good is this guy here. Again, do you see how fat these leaf stalks are? So I'm gonna pull this guy up. And again, you're gonna weed too. You never know what you're gonna get with a carrot until you start pulling. So I have no idea if this will be a big one, a small one. We'll just see. This one's deeper in the soil too. Oh, it's also kind of J-shaped and maybe it's kind of medium-sized. It's not huge. Based on the above ground biomass, I would have thought that it would be a little bit bigger. But like I said, with carrots, you just never know. We might look for one more and see what we can find. Okay, let's try one more. This one, I'm gonna guess, might also be curved or a little bit misshapen because it's growing in with the poblano pepper, which is gonna have huge roots because it's a pretty old plant. But this is a pretty big carrot plant. It's got a lot of biomass up above, so let's just see what we got in here. It didn't want to come out. Oh yeah, it's another little baby one. Okay, so no big carrots today, but you get the idea of how to kind of tell if they've got about the right amount of mass at the top, then you have a good chance of having a ripe carrot. And once they get to be about the size of a quarter at the top, it's good to pull them up anyway, just because if you don't, they tend to get a little bit less sweet as they get older. So even though they might not be huge, they're probably worth eating as baby carrots instead of trying to make them get bigger because they just won't taste as good at that point. So sorry we didn't get any giant carrots today, but we did get a few nice carrots that are perfectly edible and good. So we'll go from there.